We are opening up in sweet surrender to the modest love light of the one. We are opening. We are Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. How do we become pure? You got to turn to the Most High, Yahweh, and Him alone. Nobody else, no only begotten Son of God, no blood sacrifice of any sort, no blood at all. Turn to Yahweh only, or you're going to perish. Hit that like button on your way in the door. Y'all know the routine. If you don't, you're going to learn today. On this channel, we always got to give it a few minutes to see if any Hebrews are going to come through, because YouTube does not like to send out notifications on this channel, because we talk about very controversial topics on this channel. And that's just it. If you don't know, you will come to know. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. I'm Mr. Real Talk. This is your go-to YouTube channel for brotherhood, sisterhood, and an attempt at righteousness. And hit that like button on your way in the door and subscribe right now if you're not already. We going into it this evening. But like I said, y'all know the routine. If you don't know, you're going to learn today. We always got to give it a few minutes to see if any brews going to come in, because YouTube likes to hide these videos. But you can't stop the truth. Knowledge busting out the seams. This is Mr. Real Talk, your brother. Hit the like button. Hit that like button, Hebrew. We're going to get started at the 10-minute mark. Y'all know the routine. And I wish we could just hop right into it, but we got to give time, because YouTube, they play these funny games. We got brother Jason Edwards in the building. What's going on, fam? Jason Edwards, and he goes, Tav X, Mr. Real Talk. Tav X to you, Jason Edwards. Hope all is well with you, brother. Always a pleasure to see you up in here. We're going to get started in a few, y'all. And I got to read something else to y'all, too, that I wasn't planning on reading. Wait till I show you this. In the Apocrypha. Hit that like button, Hebrews. Yeah. We are opening up in sweet Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. I hope all is well with everybody out there. You guys, we're going to get started at the 10-minute mark. Like I was saying, you see the title of this video, When We Die, What Happens Immediately After You Take Your Last Breath. And we are going to read it out of the scriptures, not my own words. What's going to happen, right? To the righteous as well as the wicked. We're going to read them both. But something I want to read first. When I went and just grabbed the Apocrypha, right? And it just opened up. When I started to open it, I didn't turn to any page. It just opened up, okay? And it just happened to land on Ecclesiasticus, the 15th chapter. So before we dig into our topic, we're going to read Ecclesiasticus, the 15th chapter, y'all. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. We're getting ready to get started at the 10-minute mark, fam. Oh, it must come, it must go. Because that's the way the world goes. Don't fuck with my spirit, my crow. Like I told you, hoes, you get exposed. Don't fuck with my spirit, this is for me. Don't fuck with my spirit, this is for me. I got the keys, oh perseverance. I got the keys, oh perseverance. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with me when I'm in my blood. My hands are stuck. They cause a shit. I can't control how they get. God got the jam and it's off when they hate. Can't speed the bill. My eyes dry and red. I feel all they did. My ex is the kid, they won't leave my leg bread. Is this insane? Or is this a gift? They call us snowflakes, cause our souls got drip. I know that is power, this magic hour. Yeah, this magic hour. It must come, it must go. Hit that like button, Hebrew. About to get started. Here we are. Yeah. Hit that like button, Hebrew. We about to get into it. Yeah. Y'all ready? Hebrew, are y'all ready, Hebrew? We about to get into this, right? And you can write these scriptures down, right? If you got some kind of apparatus, or if you have this particular version that we're going to read when we get into what happens after you die, you can read along with me. If not, you can just sit back and listen to your brother. Read. Give me 1 second, Hebrew. Just give me 1 second. We need this this midweek power up, if you will. I don't know about y'all, but captivity is extremely draining. Mentally, physically, emotionally, every kind of way. We got to get powered up some way, somehow. And I'm sure many of you You get powered up by digging into these scriptures. You get powered up when you study by yourself. You get powered up when we read and we study, when we come together. It's all working together for the good. Okay? Now, as soon as I grab the Apocrypha, and we're reading from the King James Version Apocrypha. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. I guess I was naive to a degree because I just always assumed this was the only Apocrypha out there. This is the only one that I've been reading from up until about maybe 3-4 months ago. That I figured out once again. I caught Esau with his lying self. I caught him shaving off scriptures. He did just what the Most High said not to. He added to the scriptures and he shaved off scriptures as well. I caught him again. This time he shaved off scriptures in the Apocrypha. He shaved off like 70 verses of 2nd Esdras chapter 7. And if you stick around on this live, or if you're watching on the playback, you're going to find out today why he did that. But that's in the RSV version. Right now, before we read that, I got to read this to y'all. Because even though we're not going to be reading out of this, I just went and grabbed this, right? And when I grabbed it, as soon as I reached to opened it, it opened up and it landed right to Ecclesiasticus chapter 15, right? And I said I was going to bypass it because that's not what I was going to do. I wasn't going to read from that. But something said, just look at it. And I looked at it. As soon as I saw a verse or two, I said, you know what? I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to read this with the fam because I see where this chapter is going. We got From Seattle Since 1980 up in here. From Seattle Since 1980 says Shalom at Mr. Real Talk. Hey, Shalom to you from Seattle Since 1980. Always a pleasure to see you up in here. Hope all is well with you and yours out there on that West Coast. West Coast. Ecclesiasticus chapter 15. It's 20 verses in here. I'm going to read this, y'all. Listen to this, y'all. The book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 15. He that feareth the Lord will do good. Now look, because this is an Old Testament only channel, we don't give a crap about no other idol. When we see the word Lord, we know the word L-O-R-D, capital L-O-R-D, is translated as Yahweh. Okay? Most of us around here, we know that. And to add amplification to that, or amplification to that, should I say, or maybe I should say both, I also have a physical copy of the Yahweh Bible. So we know for a fact, I ain't even got to break it out this time because we read from the Yahweh Bible often over here. We doing a playlist. We're going to read the whole Old Testament. We already in Genesis chapter 4. But we know that when the word Lord pops up, that's Yahweh. So that's how I'm going to read it when I see it. From Seattle Since 1980 says, that's right. That's right. I love me some Old Testament only brews, y'all. Yes, I do. So when I see that word Lord, because we ain't leaving no room for this vampire to make his way up in our midst. So I'm going to read it the way it's supposed to read. He that feareth Yahweh will do good, and he that have knowledge of the law shall obtain her. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I thought the Catholic Church said that this book is not of God. I thought that the Christian church and all other religions, even a lot of our own people, even myself before I understood, I thought people said the Apocrypha was wicked. I thought the Apocrypha was evil. What did it say? This didn't say that, did it? He that feareth Yahweh will do good. And he that have knowledge of the law shall obtain her. The Apocrypha is pushing Yahweh's laws. I thought the Apocrypha was wicked. Absolutely not. We've been had yet again, Hebrew. And I'm just thankful to the Most High God that he opened my eyes to lots of things. And everything that the Most High has opened my eyes to, I'm going to share it with the family. Sometimes people not going to like it. I'm not trying to go through that. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not even going to deal with that. If people don't like it, they don't like it. But if you a Hebrew, I'm not doing it to diss you. I'm actually doing it out of love. Okay? I love the nation of Israel, even before I knew that we was the Israelites. I can't make this up. That's why I'm reading this. Verse 2. Because somebody going to say, who's the herd that they're going to obtain? Some way, somehow, by obtaining the knowledge of the law, you're going to obtain her. Who is the her? Let's keep reading. And as a mother shall she meet him and receive him as a wife married of a virgin. With the bread of understanding shall she feed him. And give him the water of wisdom to drink. Wisdom is the her. He shall be stayed upon her and shall not be moved, and shall rely upon her and shall not be confounded. She shall exalt him above his neighbors, and in the midst of the congregation shall she open his mouth. Do y'all see this? He shall find joy and a crown of gladness, and she shall cause him to inherit an everlasting name. Do you guys see this? But foolish men shall not, sound confirmation, but foolish men shall not attain unto her, and sinners shall not see her. You see this? If you're a fool or if you're a sinner, you're not going to be able to see her. For she is far from pride, and men that are liars cannot remember her. Praise is not seemly in the mouth of a sinner, for it was not sent him of Yahweh. For praise shall be uttered in wisdom, and Yahweh will prosper it. You see that? Say not thou, it is through Yahweh that I fell away, for thou oughtest not to do the things that he hateth. Say not thou, he hath caused me to err, for he have no need of the sinful man. The Yahweh hateth all abomination, and they that fear God love it not. Do you see this, you guys? He himself made man from the beginning. He himself, not Christ, not Yeshua, not Bahashem Yahweh. He himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hand of his counsel. If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness. You guys, this is telling us to keep the commandments, and you're going to find her. Who's her? Wisdom is going to exalt you above your neighbor. You see this? He have set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt. Before man is life and death, and whether him liketh shall be given him. For the wisdom of Yahweh is great, and he is mighty in power, and beholdeth all things. and his eyes are upon them that fear him, and he knoweth every work of man. He that commanded no man to do wickedly, neither hath he given any man license to sin. You guys see that? When I just grabbed the Apocrypha and opened it up, that's what it just mysteriously opened up to. Okay, now we get ready to read what's going to happen to you the very second you pass away. I'm talking about instantly. Okay, and check this out. Just to prove a little point about Esau, right? To look at the deception that he does. We can clearly see, we were just reading out of the Apocrypha. Those words that I just read, they resonated with Old Testament only Hebrews. You know why? Because this is supposed to be part of the Old Testament. The filthy, stinking, heathen, pagan, Gentile beast decided to remove these books, all right? And I'm calling them nice names when I mention those names I just said. I got other names that I could say, but then you probably wouldn't be able to watch this video. All right. What we get ready to read from now, that's going to blow your socks off if you haven't already read this. What we get ready to read from now is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7. Okay. Now, in this Apocrypha right here, 2nd Ezra is in here. Okay. Chapter 7 is in here. But guess what? In the King James Version, there's only 70 verses. Did you hear me? There's 70 verses in the KJV version of 2nd Ezra. Meanwhile, in the RSV version, there is 140 verses, y'all. Esau took out 70 verses. He took out the last 70 verses of 2nd Ezra chapter 7. And you guys, after what we just read, and then seeing what we about to read, this is not in the Apocrypha that most people got. Most people got this one. Most people are not aware of or never have read this version that I'm getting ready to read you right now, which is the RSV version. I'm telling you guys, and I see why they removed it. It makes perfect sense. These things, God is talking to Ezra, who is a prophet, by the way, in the Old Testament. God is answering Ezra's questions. Just like us, Ezra has questions, okay? Listen to this. We're going to start at verse 75. Anybody who's on this live stream right now, if you haven't hit the like button already, Hebrew, hit that like button. If you are not subscribed to this channel right now, subscribe to this channel, okay? And go back and listen to this as many times as your soul delights, because you're going to get the good, the bad, and the ugly on this channel, on this video, okay? We're going to read what happens to the wicked people and the righteous people. You guys can rewind this as many times as you want, because this is groundbreaking information to those who have not heard it. I have to remind myself that I probably make this video a couple of times, because a lot of people need to see this. This is going to change somebody's life out there. Even if one person just gets it for the first time, my job is done. Every video, I'm trying to reach somebody out there and help boost team morale. I'm trying to do my job. I'm trying to do my fair share. All right, and here it is right here. Here it is right here. Share this video somewhere. Like this video. Comment, subscribe if you're not already. You ain't never heard this before, okay? You ain't never heard this before. Listen good. We're going to start at verse 75. And right over top of verse 75, that they hid from everybody. This is not in your Apocrypha. It says, state of the dead before judgment. State of the dead before judgment. Everything we about to read right now is what's going to be going on with me, what's going to be going on with you if any of us should happen to leave this earth before Yahweh comes, this is what's going to happen to every single one of us. Now, you don't have to believe me, right? Even though we're going to read it, you can still say, no, brother. No, brother, I don't believe that. No problem. But you won't be able to say that you were not told. You won't be able to say that you wasn't warned. Listen good. Hebrews, listen good. Gentiles that's out there cleaving to Israel, listen good. Every man, woman, boy, and child who can hear my voice right now, you better listen, and you better listen good. State of the dead before judgment. Verse 75. I answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O Lord, O Yahweh, show this also to thy servant, whether after death, as soon as every one of us yields up his soul, we shall be kept in rest until those times come when thou wilt renew the creation, or whether we shall be tormented at once. Verse 76, he answered me and said, I want you to hear this. He answered me and said, I will show you that also, but do not be associated with those who have shown scorn, nor number yourself among those who are tormented. For you have a treasure of works laid up with the Most High, but it will not be shown to you until the last times. Now, concerning death, the teaching is, when the decisive decree has gone forth from the Most High that a man shall die, as the spirit leaves the body to return again to him who gave it, first of all, it adores the glory of the Most High. That's what's going to happen to every single one of us, me and you, whether you're wicked, whether you're righteous. The very second your body gives out, I mean within a nanosecond, what's going to happen? Now concerning death, the teaching is, when the decisive decree has gone forth from the Most High, not from the devil, not from Satan, not from Christ, not from Bahashem, when the decisive decree has gone forth from the Most High that a man shall die, as the spirit leaves the body to return again to him who gave it, first of all, it adores the glory of the Most High. That's the first thing you're going to do when you check up out of here. Your spirit is going to adore the glory of the Mighty One. And if it is one of those who have shown scorn and have not kept the way of the Most High, and who have despised his law. This is in the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha pushes keeping God's laws because it's a part of the Old Testament. These demons took it out. And if it is one of those who have shown scorn and have not kept the way, that was sound confirmation, by the way. Watch the video on sound confirmation on this channel if you haven't seen it. And if it is one of those who have shown scorn and have not kept the way of the Most High, and who have despised his law, and who have hated those who fear God, such spirits shall not enter into habitations. No, they won't, but shall immediately wander about in torments, ever grieving and sad in 7 ways. The first way, because they have scorned the law of the Most High. You see how important it is in the Apocrypha to keep Yahweh's laws, even though everybody has led us astray and told us that the Apocrypha is evil, that is wicked. The Apocrypha is pushing keeping God's laws. That's enough said about that, Hebrew. Understand that, Hebrew. This is your book. The first way because they have scorned the law of the Most High. The second way, because they cannot now make a good repentance that they may live. The third way, they shall see the reward laid up for those who have trusted the covenants of the Most High. The fourth way, they shall consider the torment laid up for themselves in the last days. The fifth way, they shall see how the habitations of the others are guarded by angels in profound quiet. The sixth way, they shall see how some of them will pass over into torment. The seventh way, which is worse than all the ways that have been mentioned, because they shall utterly waste away in confusion and be consumed with shame, and shall wither with fear at the seeing of the glory of the Most High, before whom they sinned while they were alive, and before whom they are to be judged in the last times. They're going to wither with fear while they see the glory of the Most High, before whom they sinned while they were alive. Letting you know all this stuff that's going to be going on with these people, they are dead. These are dead people that we're reading about. These people are no longer alive. While they are withering in fear, they're already dead, Hebrew. I'm talking to somebody out there. This is life-changing information. This is groundbreaking information to somebody out there. Somebody's life out there is going to be altered because of what I'm reading right now, because of what you are hearing right now. Because of seeing that Esau took out the last 70 verses in 2nd Ezra chapter 7, because they don't want you to know the state of the dead before they are judged. This is the state of dead people before they are judged. And since the Most High hasn't come back yet, he hasn't executed judgment yet. Everybody who's ever died, this is what's going on with them right now. Imagine the people who died thousands of years ago. Imagine the wicked niggas that died thousands of years ago. We're reading about what's going on with them right now. They are withering in fear and wasting away in confusion, and they're confounded and they're terrified and petrified, because they know at the end of days what they got coming, it ain't good. Verse 88, we read about the wicked. We read about the people who are not so fortunate. Just imagine if you died 5,000 years ago. We just read about what's happening to everybody who died thousands of years ago. They are not dead. They're withering with fear. And they're seeing how the habitations of the others, which are the righteous, are being guarded by angels, spiritual bodyguards, spiritual goons standing out front of your habitations, out front of your dwellings, your habitations. That's where you're going to be waiting at until the end of days rolls around. All the people who died thousands of years ago, the righteous people, we get ready to read what's happening with them. What's going to happen to you and I if we don't despise Yahweh's laws. You see, these people we just read about, and we read it. These people are the people who despise Yahweh's laws. And they despise people who fear Yahweh, like you and I. Now let's read what's going to happen to those Old Testament only people right here. To the people who fear Yahweh and him alone. There are no idolaters. All the idolaters, we just read about them. They're withering in fear right now. That's the last stop. Withering in fear, waiting for the end of days to be snuffed by the Lord of hosts. That gotta be terrifying. Listen to this. Listen to this and listen good. Now this is the order of those who have kept the ways of the Most High, when they shall be separated from their mortal body. Do you hear that? You're going to be separated from your mortal body. Hey, Hebrew, hold on 1 second, Hebrew. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Brewski. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Back in action. Hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button already, please hit that like button. Now, this is the order of those who have kept the ways of the Most High, when they shall be separated from their mortal body. This is why it's important to keep the Most High's laws. When they shall be separated from their mortal body, during the time that they lived in it, they laboriously served the Most High and withstood danger every hour, that they might keep the law of the lawgiver perfectly. Therefore, this is the teaching concerning them. First of all, they shall see with great joy the glory of him who receives them, for they shall have rest in 7 orders. And listen to those orders. Listen to this. The first order, because they have striven with great effort to overcome the evil thought which was formed with them. Do you see this? You have good and evil formed with us. It was formed with us. And it says the first order, because they have striven with great effort to overcome. We got to try as hard as we can, y'all, to overcome the evil thought which was formed with them, that it might not lead them astray from life into death. The second order, because they see the perplexity in which the souls of the ungodly wander, and the punishment that awaits them. The righteous ones, when they are dead, they're going to look at the dead people who are wicked, and they're going to see how confounded and confused and lost they are. Can you imagine that? There are going to be 2 classes of dead people. One class of people are going to be blind, confused, terrified, and the other class is going to have clarity, and they're going to watch those people wander around confounded and seeing what's going to happen to them at the end of the road. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being one of those people looking back, looking at somebody saying they don't have a clue what's getting ready to happen to them, but you know everything that's going to happen to them. You know how they're going to be freaking caved. Yeah. The third order, they see the witness which he who formed them bears concerning them, that while they were alive, they kept the law which was given them in trust. The fourth order, can you imagine that? It's like going to court and you getting a sneak peek at the documents, and the documents are in your favor because the document says you are a law-abiding citizen. You're going to have a chance to get a sneak peek at the documents of the Most High's courts, and it's going to say, hey, you're in the clear. Can you imagine how happy you're going to be knowing that? Coming the day before your court date, you already did looked at the records because the Most High showed them to you. The third order, they see the witness which he who formed them bears concerning them, that while they were alive, they kept the law which was given them in trust. The fourth order, they understand the rest which they now enjoy, being gathered into their chambers and guarded by angels in profound quiet, and the glory which awaits them in the last days. The fifth order, they rejoice that they have escaped what is corruptible, and shall inherit what is to come. And besides, they see the straits and toil from which they have been delivered, and the spacious liberty which they are to receive and enjoy in immortality. You and I cannot fully comprehend how big that, what it says, that spacious liberty that the righteous are going to receive in immortality. We cannot fully comprehend that. And shall inherit what is to come. And besides, they see the straits and toil from which they have been delivered, and the spacious liberty which they are to receive and enjoy in immortality. You guys, we can't wrap our heads around that. The sixth order, when it is shown to them how their face is to shine like the sun, and that's S-U-N, don't get crazy, and how they are to be made like the light of the stars, being incorruptible from then on. Sounds a lot like the book of Daniel. Those who turn many to righteousness shall shine like the stars in the firmament. And YouTube is playing with these numbers right now. I don't care. Whoever needs to see this, they're going to see it. For they hasten to behold the face of him whom they served in life, and from whom they are to receive their reward when glorified. This is the order of the souls of the righteous, as henceforth is announced. And the aforesaid are the ways of torment, which those who would not give heed shall suffer hereafter. It's a couple of more verses, but I don't even need to read them because it's starting to go into another topic. But today on this live stream, you just found out what's going to happen to people instantly the very second that you pass away out of your body. I'm talking the very nanosecond that your body gets separated from your spirit. You're going to be in a waiting phase. If you leave this earth before Yahweh comes and remakes everything new, this is what's going to happen to every last one of us. Believe it or not. What side do you want to be on, Hebrew? Tav X, Hebrews. Purity and becoming one. Shalom. Peace, blessings, love, and safety to the 12 tribes of Israel who's been scattered into all nations. I'm out, family.